Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Reptile News, the news. Welcome to the news. Yeah, anyway, first of all, again, we're still in here. We're still working. Working on, had an inspection actually today, which was pretty awesome. Kind of, autofocus sucks, I know. Kind of, yeah, but awesome, all the same. So yeah, electrical starts going in next. That's sweet, and then start closing up these walls, insulating them. It's going to be fun. Anyway, using a different camera too, much easier to use, a little less quality, much easier to use though. But anyway, I want to start off with a little rant, and that is about modern day media as we know it, whether it be CNN, ABC, NBC, Fox, whatever. I don't understand why you guys can't just tell the goddamn story. I mean, having comments, having feelings, concerns, suggestions, opinions, that's awesome. That's one of the great parts about this being America. But why do you have to add stupid shit to the story, such as firefighters having to evacuate Pro Exotics because of a 20-foot long king cobra on the floor? I mean, okay, I may have exaggerated part of that a little bit, but part of it was actually real. So yeah, I just don't get it. You know, it's stupid. Why can't you just tell the story? I mean, you know, that's what I try to do. I try to just tell the story. I have an opinion about pretty much all of them. I'm not always right, and sometimes that's just because the information I have is not always right, but I go off of what I get, and it is what it is. So let's move on. A 60-million-year-old ancestor of the modern-day crocodile was actually found down in Colombia in the same mining area that the Titanoboa, whatever it was called, was found as well. So this is, saying it's about 20 foot long, and they believe it was the first land animal in the area. So that is freaking sweet news. Not really much you can do with it, but hey, it was in the news, so deal with it. Before I forget though, going back to Pro Exotics, for some of you that watched a special report yesterday, a handful of snakes and some eggs, from my understanding, did actually survive thus far. Pretty much still a total loss. Great devastation to the building. If you check out the Pro Exotics Facebook page, they have pictures there, and it's just devastating. So yeah, good news is a handful of snakes survived. Bad news is thousands died. Life was turned upside down for these people, and I hope they're able to rebuild. You know, I hope they're able to rebuild. And actually, another story of a fire out of Queen Creek, Arizona. Apparently, they say that most of the pets were taken out, which includes a couple of snakes and a lizard, which is why we're talking about it. But a dog, actually, firefighters apparently found a dog in a back room more than 4 hours after this fire broke out, and a veterinary technician who was on the scene was actually able to help this dog, and you know, that's pretty sweet. So they all lived. Snakes and lizards lived. That's what we care about. But all the animals lived, and that's just awesome news. And now we move over to Manhattan, where we talk about our douchebag of the day. Now this man is, of course, unidentified, other than saying he's a 45-year-old man. Apparently police were called to the scene where they found him repeatedly smashing a boa to the ground. They attempted to arrest him on animal cruelty charges when he started swinging a sword at him. Eventually he was subdued. He was arrested on animal cruelty charges as well as aggravated assault on a police officer. Thank you, our douchebag of the day. And finally we have douchebag number 2 and 3, actually. Douchebag number 1 being Timothy Goyle. Now some of you may remember him from 2006, where he served time in prison for clubbing a protected American alligator to death. Well, our second douchebag of the day is the American judicial system, because Timothy eventually got out, and lo and behold, he was arrested again for illegally taking crabs out of season. And not only that, but attempting to throw them overboard, which is a Fish and Wildlife misdemeanor for interfering with an investigation, when an undercover Fish and Wildlife officer tried to approach him. So this just goes to show something I've been saying for a long time, and something I think all of you really, really believe, that these people getting a slap on the hand for breaking our wildlife laws, it doesn't help them at all. Here's a prime example: Timothy going back to jail on another wildlife violation. And of course, that has been all your news for this Wednesday. If you'd like to read any more of these stories, that link's right down below here in the description, as well as take part in the free Cornsnake contest, which is also down here in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other, and we'll see you on Friday.